Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha and today I would like to share with you a try on using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture Palette. Now the packaging looks like this, so it's a lot different to the original. So I've got the modern Renaissance packaging here. You can see that obviously the modern Renaissance is a dusky, like a rose colour, and the Subculture palette is like a peacock blue, I would say. The modern Renaissance, I don't know why I'm having problems saying that today, is rose gold there, and then on the Subculture it's got gold. So I purchased my Subculture palette from beautybay.com for £41. It was automatically on a next day free delivery service. So I placed the order yesterday, which was Sunday, and amazingly I've received it today, obviously Monday. So I was really, really pleased with that quick, prompt service. Now looking at the actual product itself, so again I'll show you both. So the Subculture again is just like the packaging. It's like a peacock blue felt, exactly the same material as the modern Renaissance palette, apart from obviously this one mirrors the box. It's like a rosy colour, or muted rose or dusky rose, whatever you want to call it, and this one is, you know, totally different colour, because obviously it represents the shades inside. Now the modern Renaissance palette, when I used it, and I have used it quite a bit, you'll see from inside, I did actually find that it was incredibly dusty, although I did purchase it about a year ago, and I have used a lot and purchased quite a few palettes since then. And I have found actually if the palette is a little bit dusty, it kicks up a little bit of product, then actually that makes for a very good blend on the eye. So yeah, I really found that with that product, and like I say, subsequent palettes that I've purchased as well. The Subculture, I have seen a lot of good and bad reviews over the last week or so. I'm incredibly nervous about actually using this product. I didn't think I was going to be, but because I've watched so much now and heard so much, I've probably built it up into something that at the end of the day, it is only a palette. So you've got the magnet there as well, just like you normally would. You've got a mirror inside as well. You've got that sheet there as well to protect the product. You have got all of these gorgeous colours. I'm not going to swatch them because, you know, we've all seen swatches of these. I really want to try this for you. And the reason I want to try it is I'm a regular person just like you. I'm not trained. I just absolutely love makeup. It is my passion. I love trying new things. I love whether it's inexpensive or expensive, it doesn't bother me. It's, you know, if I like it, I'm going to try it, or try and purchase it, depending on the price tag. But yeah, I do find that this is on the expensive side. It is £41, like I say. It's free delivery, so that's good. My favourite brand, you will know, is Makeup Revolution, or I Heart Makeup, Tan Beauty in general, really. And those are generally the price tags that I go for. So to purchase something like this, I'm hoping that it is good, although, you know, I've seen a lot of reviews about this now. But like I say, I am a regular person. I am posting this to share with you that, you know, whether I can or can't use the product, you know, if I find it good or bad, I am just a regular person who loves makeup. So I'm just going to remove that plastic sheet. I do find that sometimes that one's quite a stiff sheet actually, and sometimes they do tend to mark the eyeshadows, although obviously I'm going to use it. So I wasn't actually going to purchase this palette. I do love the shades, and I am drawn more to the shades like in the modern Renaissance. So I'm just going to share with you what that one looks like. So, and obviously everybody knows what this looks like, but I just want to, you know, while I'm talking about it, hold it up. So I am drawn to these kind of shades where you've got nudes and you've got, you know, red tones, you've got burgundy tones, warm tones basically, and that is what I like, although there are a few, you know, there's a cool tone there and so forth. But this is what I'm drawn to. Now, obviously, I want to get out of my comfort zone. I want to try new things, and I think that there are so many brands that have brought out these warm palettes that, you know, I wanted to try something else. And when I initially saw this, I thought, no, this is not going to work for me. It's not my cup of tea. But actually, the more I saw it, the more that I saw people trying it out, the more I thought, actually, it's really refreshing to see a palette with all of these new different shades. So that's why I purchased it. And like I say, I am a regular person. I'm not trained in any way. I just love makeup. I love trying new things. So I want to, on your behalf, try it and see if it actually works for me. Yeah, and that's really what I'm going to do. I'm not sure, because I did have a thought actually to put the Subculture on one eye and then the Modern Renaissance on the other, just so that you could see, you know, how easy one was, or, you know, how one wasn't, so forth. But I'll see how I get on. I'm going to try the Subculture first, see how I get on with that. So I'm just going to share the shades one more time. So in here you get neutrals, you've got the brown, you've got these gorgeous peach tones, a more of a like a pinky peach tone. You've got shades that are very reminiscent of the colour of this palette. So you've got like teal colours, all sorts of shades in here. The only thing that I think I've learned from the reviews that I've seen is that you've got to be a little bit careful about mixing certain colours with certain other colours. So I'm going to try and do a look that, first of all, a look that you know, I'm going to put the makeup on like how I usually would, and that will give me an indication of how it works as well. I don't want to do anything too you know, out of my comfort zone to start with, because I'm not going to be able to gauge, you know, how these perform basically. So and I'm also going to try shades that not necessarily, I don't want to try and put too many on my eye as well. I want to try and keep it quite you know, how I put it on, but also shades that I also would be drawn to initially, and then perhaps if, you know, if I get on with this, I'll then do more looks that perhaps a little bit out of my comfort zone. But I just wanted to for today, test the palette, try it out on your behalf, and, you know, if you're interested in it like me, you know, to see, you know, should I buy it or not basically. So I've got all my brushes here. I've got quite a few brushes because, you know, I'm prepared. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with my Primark brush, just because it's the brush that I always lay down the first colour with, and I really, really like this brush. It works very, very well for me. So the first shade that I'm going to add is Dawn, which is a very, very neutral shade, and I think that this will be very, very good as a, you know, my first colour anyway to lay down. So it's that shade there. You probably know this palette even if you haven't got it like the back of your hand. I do because I've seen so much about it. So I'm just going to dip the brush in, and what also I've learned is that you mustn't swirl the brush round. These are eyeshadows that are very, very pigmented, and so I'm just going to touch the brush and see how I get on. Also, I want to just mention that on the back of my palette it does say that this is from, is it P7? Let me just see, I think it's P7. So a lot of people are saying that P7 is the good batch, P3 is not. So obviously this is P7 if you're interested in that. So I'm just going to dip the brush in to that shade Dawn. It does pick up quite a bit of product, but there is a little bit of fallout. But the thing is, I'm expecting that because that is what I found with the Modern Renaissance palette. So I'm just going to, and I haven't even put my headband on. Again, I'm getting carried away. Let me just pop the headband on. Right. So I'm just going to pop that shade in the crease and just above, just to see how that works. I need a little bit more. Okay, it's fine. I mean, to be honest, you know, it's quite a light shade, so I wasn't expecting too much from it, but actually, you know, it shows up, it's not too bad. So, you know, absolutely fine. The next shade that I'm going to add is Roxy, and I'm still going to use the same brush. So Roxy, which is this shade here. So Roxy, it's like that, like a tangerine colour. So I'm just going to dip the brush in once and then just pop that on the eye too. This is much more pigmented. That is gorgeous, that colour. It's blending out really, really well. Yeah, really, really love that. It's blended really nicely, love it. So I think for a lot of my transitional shades, I will start off with this one. I do like the shade Dawn, but I found that, to be honest, you know, I want something that's going to show up. So definitely Roxy. Now what I want to do is add a little bit of a deeper colour. Now what I want to do is go in with, I think, All Star, and see how I get on with that. So I'm just going to change the brush. Should I change the brush? No, I'm not going to change the brush. I'm just going to use the tip of this brush and go into All Star and see how I get on with this. Now I'm just putting it in the outer V area. I really, really like the combination of that peach with that All Star shade. The only thing that I can say that is negative at the moment is that the All Star looks like a cranberry shade in the palette, but when you actually pop it on, it's a little bit deeper. But it really does actually look very, very nice. So to be honest, you know, I'm not too bothered. I'm just going to get a fluffy brush and I'm going to just blend that at the top, just so, which is exactly what I would normally do. And I'm just going to get a clean brush, clean, which one shall I use? Actually no, just going to stick to this one and go into Roxy and then just blend that there. That's a little bit too pigmented. I'm definitely going to get a clean brush now and I'm just going to just blend that in. Not too bad. I'm not finding that there's any problems with the pigmentation. I'm not finding, you know, too much difficulty in actually you know, blending it out. I'm not finding too many problems at all. And at the moment I have got terrific problems with my eyes. Actually, they are extremely dry, and even though they are really dry, you know, the product is going on really, really well. I'm liking how it's looking in the camera, you know, sorry, in the mirror. Yeah, I'm really, really liking that. It's nice, vibrant. The Roxy colour is very vibrant. So I just wish my eyes weren't so dry. But apart from that, very good. I'm just going to blend it out there. Yeah, really like that. So now what I want to do is I'm just going to put a little bit more of, make sure this is nice and dark here. I've also got a very, very tiny minimal amount of fallout under the eye. So, you know, I'm not too worried at all. I'm finding that it's looking really good. I was so nervous actually. So now what I want to do is pop a shimmer shade on the eye, and I think I'm going to go with Adorn, and I'm going to pop it on with my finger and see how that goes. So I'm just going to pop that on. That is very pretty. I love that. That is a gorgeous shade. Now, even though I've put it on my eye, it still swatches. It's so pigmented, there's still enough product to swatch. Now what I want to do is, I've seen some really incredible looks where you put the Adorn on the lid and then put the electric. Let me just show you. So Adorn is that shade there, and then electric is this one, and I want to put that on the middle of the lid. So I'm just going to swirl my finger in and then just put that on the lid. That is absolutely beautiful. I love that. It's that shade there. So that's the first shade, and then I've put that electric shade in the middle, and it's just worked amazing. I'm just going to put a little bit more of Adorn, but that is absolutely beautiful. Now I'm going to go under the lid. I don't know why, but it looks like there's a little bit of a red patch there. In my mirror I cannot see that at all. It looks in my mirror perfect to me. And what I'll also do is take pictures of this eye and put it onto Instagram as well for you. So now what I want to do, like I say, is go underneath the eye, and I'm going to start off with this brush here. So this one is the PS Pro Shading Eye Brush, and I just love this. It's £2 from Primark, and I'm going to start off with, I'm not sure, I think I might go with, should I go, there's been a lot of looks with the teal underneath, and I really, really do like that, but I'm just not sure. I think I might just go for what I've done on the top today, which is a little bit of Roxy. I'm just going to tap that off, make sure that that goes. Just going to get my brush and just blend that. And now what I want to do is get a little bit of All Star and just pop that halfway along, get my brush, and if you're interested, this is the oval brush that I've been using a lot of. This is by Crown Brushes, and it's from there's a collection of about 7, I've forgotten what it's called, gunmetal collection. The reason I'm sticking to the same brushes is because I didn't know how this is going to perform, so I've stuck with brushes that I know work for me. And yeah, they're just brushes that I know will work. Now what I want to do is, I'm really interested with that cube shade as to how that works. It looks just white in the pan. Wow. And it comes off as a beautiful baby pink colour. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and get a picture of that closer up. Now there is, like I say, a tiny little bit of fallout. I was prepared for that, and I've got my powder brush from Real Techniques here, and I'm just going to just brush that away. Like I say, I've got a full face of makeup, and yeah, I was a little bit concerned, but actually I'm really impressed with how that has worked. What I think I might do is just do the other eye. I thought it was not going to perform very well at all, and I was just going to put the Modern Renaissance on the other eye. I'm not sure what to do now, because to be honest, it has worked so well, but I think I might just carry on with what I was going to do. I'm just going to open both palettes. You know, I'm going to do what I thought I was going to do. So this obviously is Subculture, and I'm going to do the Modern Renaissance on the other eye, and just to compare and to see what I actually think. So I'm going to again start off with my Primark brush, and I'm going to go into Burnt Orange from that palette. Now when I tap my brush in, and I've done a couple of taps and I've got Burnt Orange there, it gives exactly the same kick up as the other palette. You can see there that as soon as I touch it, this kick up is exactly the same as Subculture. No more, no less, it's the same. So I'm just going to pop that on as a base. A little bit more. Like that. The only thing that's happening is that I've put on a Primark mascara, and I'm getting a little bit of black under here from the mascara, because I was quite warm before I started the video, so I'm a little bit disappointed by that. A little bit more. So that's the base laid down. I'm now going in with I think Antique Bronze, so it's just like a brown, but it's got a little bit of pink tone to it, and I'm going to put that in the crease. And I'm going to pop that on the So there's that. This one actually is a little bit, it's so pigmented. This is coming off more neutral, but this is very, very pigmented. I mean, to be honest, I love both. Now what I'm going to do is add a little bit of the Venetian Red. I'm going to tap that off. Again, that is extremely pigmented. So I'm just going to put that right in the corner, like that. A little bit more, and I'm trying to, when it kicks up some product, I'm actually trying to, as I always do in each of my palettes, I just try and pick up that kick up so that I can use that, so I don't waste any product. Absolutely gorgeous, love that. Now what I'm going to do is just going to see what colour do I want on the lid. I think I'm going to go in with Primavera. Is it Primavera? I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And just put a little bit of that on the actual lid. Again with my finger. Lovely. Just putting a little bit of Vermeer on the actual, right in the centre, just so I'm doing, it's, you know, it's not as much of a standout shade as, which one was it, as the Electric. I'm just doing exactly the same eye look as I did, just so that you can see, you know, I'm putting on exactly the same amount of product. Obviously it's going to be different looks, but now that's that. Now I'm going to get my brush again from Primark, and I'm going to go under the eye with Burnt Orange, which was the first shade. I'm really loving that inner corner colour. I hope you can see that because it is beautiful. It really is stunning. Now I'm going to go under the eye with a little bit of that Venetian Red. And then I'm just getting that brush again. Blending that out, and now I need a inner corner. I think I'm going to go with Vermeer again. So that is the looks. Those are the looks completed. I know they are different, obviously, because I've used two different palettes, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to just compare. So I've heard so many things about the Subculture palette that, you know, it doesn't blend, that, you know, it doesn't look very nice. To be honest, like I say, I'm not trained. I just do my eyes how I like to do them, how I've not always done them, but you know, this is how I do them now. And to be honest, this side is definitely a lot more pigmented. The Subculture palette is a lot more pigmented. Like I say, I've put on the same amount of product, you know, one in the crease area, not in the crease, as a transition, then a crease shade. Then I've just deepened up the outer V on both sides and then deepened up the outer lid. Then I've put a shimmer shade along the lid on each side. Plus then I've put a little bit of a shimmer right in the middle where the spotlight is. I've then put some shades underneath the eye, exactly the same amount, you know, 2 shades under the eye, and then an inner corner colour. I've not found it difficult. I've not found... and I've used also that colour All Star that I've seen a lot of people struggle with. The only thing that I will say about that all-star colour is that it looks like a burgundy in the actual pan, but when you put it on, it goes like a dark colour, darker colour, like a very soft, smoky plum. But to be honest, I can live with that. I was so concerned that I wouldn't be able to use it, that I wouldn't be able to make an eye look out of it. I've seen so much, and I went into this with quite an open mind, but also thinking, you know, am I going to be able to do it? Because I was also hearing things like, you know, unless you're a trained makeup artist, you're not going to be able to use this. Well, I'm not a trained makeup artist. I am just someone that has been putting on makeup for a lot of years now. And if I can do it, you can do it too. So I've done a very simple eye look that, you know, I do a lot of my first shadows with, because it always gives me a starting point. If I then wanted to add more shades, I could. But to be honest, what I've seen today, I'm really impressed with. I can definitely work with this Subculture. You've seen that I've put on Subculture this side, Modern Renaissance this side, and it's worked. The only problem I have had today is that I've got problems with my eyelids, and they are extremely dry, and that is the problem that I've had. But even though I've actually got a problem with my eyelids, I've still been able to make it work. So I think over the next week or so, I think actually over the next 5 days, I was going to do another series, another favourite look series with a selection of palettes that I've got. I don't know if you want me to do that, start doing that, or whether you would like me to do more looks with the Subculture palette, or, you know, so basically there's two things that I want to do. I can either do some more looks with the Subculture palette, or I can start that collection of, or selection of videos using, you know, because about a week or two ago I did try-ons with my say 2 words now, with my favourite looks from the chocolate bar palettes from Tan Beauty, I Heart Makeup. So I was going to do another collection of palettes, but I'd really like to hear down below, would you like me to do more looks from the Subculture palette, or would you like me to start off that selection of videos? I'd really like to hear your feedback of what you've thought with these looks. Like I say, it was a little bit of a comparison. I wanted to see if one worked more or less better than the other. I found today, obviously you've seen me put these on. Yes, this one is a lot more pigmented, but I didn't have any problems with it. So yeah, I'd be really, really pleased to hear your thoughts. So thumbs up if you found this helpful, and also subscribe to watch further videos. I'm confusing myself now because I'm just so pleased that I've been able to make a look out of it. So yeah, thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to watch further videos, and yeah, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, thank you, bye.